Hello everyone, this is Karst, and welcome back to Starfield. So, last episode we actually explored the upper area of New Atlantis, so we looked around the commercial, residential, and the exterior of Mast. So this time we're going to actually go to the lodge, talk to Constellation, maybe pick up a few more companions, and then head into the mast before heading down to the well. That's my current plan. I don't know exactly how long each section is going to take, but I am looking forward to it because I'm assuming that doing this type of thing is going to be the meat in this story and in this game. Because now it'll give me a motivation to go exploring and doing all the other things out in space. So, without any further ado, let's go on ahead. I do want to take Vasco with me again because I am going to need to empty him out to sell some more stuff. I kind of forgot that he was carrying a bunch of stuff on him last time. So I might as well do that and get some creds out of it, because I am basically broke. So, I don't even fully remember where the shop is. I think it's just right up ahead here. Now that's the viewport. Here it is. Now I pretty much emptied their money stores last time.
I am not a stock.
I don't think I actually talked to you before.
Right now.
Oh.
If you need something, why don't you talk to Emoli? She'll take care of you.
Sure. Vasco, talk to me.
Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you and may
Yes, I know.
take some things.
Alright, what am I taking from you? I would like to take everything from you. Yeah, I'll take everything from you, and then I have to go back to the ship and then drop off some of the stuff. Okay. That's fine. Oop. Let me quick... No, where are you going? Don't run away from me. I need to sell you things.
There's a bit more in the back if you're not... Oh, please, take a look.
How much money do you have right now? 5,000. Okay, I can work with that. Let's see. Need that. Don't need that. Don't I have some additional weapons I don't really need here too? Yeah, like the Maelstroms. And the Ripshanks. I think that's pretty much it though. And apparently I'm sitting on 5 of these, so I'll toss that too. I just sold the helmet again, didn't I? The one that I was planning on wearing. I keep forgetting. It doesn't actually tell you whether or not the outfit you have, like whether or not you have the item equipped when you sell it, which is a little odd, but here we are. So I guess if I go into space now, I'll die instantly. Yeah, if I go into space now, I'll die instantly because I had no helmet other than the deep mining one. So I'm back to the default because I keep selling the helmets I have by accident. Alright, back to the ship.
I learned a lot from that. Thanks for bringing me here.
What, to New Atlantis? You started off here. What are you talking about? Alright, let's dump, basically all my resources. Yes. Sorry, I need to go to my inventory. There we go. Okay. And now I'm pretty sure I can just fast travel back to the mast anyway. Yeah, I'll actually just straight up go to the lodge. Yep. And then I can go in and talk to them. Excellent. This place is quite pretty, although they could probably spruce up their front entrance a little bit, in my opinion. Just gonna do a quick run around, see if there's anything in the back. Probably not. It hasn't felt like they've been doing anything like that, and I wish I could climb these. Alright. It's just here to look pretty, that's pretty much it. Good to know. Alright, in we go then. Interesting security system.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
I can hear my parents. My parents are here too, that's funny.
I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wages. I'm serious.
We'll play nice. Just a little friendly conversation, Sarah, that's all.
I didn't realize the parents would end up here. I kind of wish I could have heard their dialogue, but you talking ruined it, Vasco. This is locked and requires a key. That's fine. I'm just gonna walk upstairs real quick. I probably don't have access until they give me a key. Yeah, alright. Fine. To be expected, I suppose. Hello. Alright, no one actually wants to greet me.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
Evidently.
Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
He's dead, Jim. Might as well start nice. Pirates attacked. Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Perhaps. Perhaps. How many times has this happened? Who else has had these visions? Why do you know about this?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Fine, it was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you
Oh.
hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But
I'm planning a
gentlemen,
grocery run later.
Can we please
I get
focus?
some things you like.
Noelle, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see.
Nice. It's like a magazine from Fallout.
We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
So I was told that there were only two of us, Barrett and myself, who had experienced the visions. Now I'm seeing two already in possession of Constellation, plus my own. So who's the third person who's seen it? Probably the antagonist, if there is one, right? Like, that's generally how this type of thing goes. Hello, parents.
You've been given a precious opportunity. Seize it, and never look
There's
back.
just so much to do in New Atlantis. Of all the places we've lived, this is my favorite. I
Okay.
missed you so much, darling.
I hope you don't mind, but I figured the lodge was just a gnat stop away.
I don't
I
mind.
just had to see it.
Oh, this place is everything I imagined. Do you know I dreamt of joining Constellation when I was a girl?
Well, now you can live vicariously through me, and apparently you have permission just to visit, so why not? You wanted to be in Constellation?
I have some vids of when I was, 12 in my Constellation Halloween outfit. So embarrassing. But I found space so fascinating that there is still so much we don't know. I guess I still find it that way.
True. It's a dream come true for me too, apparently.
Then you get that from me, dearest. But I'll let your father talk before he bursts.
I was playing poker with the Dean of Engineering, and he had this collectible revolver framed. And when he heard you were in Constellation, well, we worked together to get the piece
Ooh.
clean and restored. She fires beautifully now. We, took turns sighting it at the range.
I swear, your father was acting like a school kid.
As I was saying, may I present to you Sir Malcolm Livingston's personal sidearm.
Who?
All the special modifications just as he left him. He was chair of Constellation
Oh.
about 50 years ago. Anyway, it's yours.
Thank you. I will take good care of it, and if it actually is useful, I will use it forever. And if it's not useful, it's going straight into storage. Sir Malcolm Livingstone, who was he?
Oh, I'm no expert, but he was some sort of wealthy entrepreneur. Near the end of his life, he grew fascinated with space. He wound up being a benefactor of Constellation and chaired it before he died. The stories make him seem colorful. I think I'd like him.
I don't know what to say. I'll treasure it.
I hope it keeps you safe. If not, maybe get a good place for it on a mantle. Well, we'll let you get back to it, but, Miss Noel said we could look around a little first.
Why not? Do it.
Just so you know, your mother's missed you. Like a lot. Ms. Noel, would it be all right if I brought cookies next time?
Actually, Mr. Cookies. What type?
I make a mean snickerdoodle.
Yes, I, think that would be quite all right.
Yes.
Constellation sounds magical, like a storybook.
Yes, come keep visiting. Yeah. I hope to run into my parents from time to time here while we're going on our adventures and
I'm
stuff.
planning a grocery run later. You're welcome anytime. And I mean anytime.
Okay, fascinating. Anything out here? I'll take that. Can I actually scan any of this stuff? Apparently not. Alright. Oh, this is cool. Nice little diorama. There's a Mercury camera. I don't think I should mess around with... Oh. A fancy compass. Better than the usual compass. I don't think I should mess around with their stuff, though. I still haven't officially joined. This is still our first meeting, technically. Alright, who am I talking to? You?
We're all waiting on you.
Oh, right. That's what I was doing. My bad.
That's it. Just like the others. And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe.
It's making a star map?
Heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Correct.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Godric?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
Let's see. You want me in Constellation? What does that mean, and what's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
And how much do you know about artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal, another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Alright, I'm in. Tell me what happens next.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Thank you. 8,000 gold credits. I'll take that. Alright, who do I talk to now?
He left a note for you. Here.
Thank you. Note from Dad. But Dad's right there. You could have just given it to me. Let's see here. Note from Dad. What's going on? Oh. Dear Karst, if you could stop by home, there's something I want to talk to you about. Nothing urgent, but I would sure like to see you. Okay, but you're literally right here. I might as well talk to you here.
Of all the
The
places
money
we've
you
lived,
sent
this
home,
is my
take
favorite.
care, kiddo.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go home and visit him then. This is not the place.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I
Okay.
guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
You're welcome. How long have you been working on this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now.
That is not
But
forever,
we only
but
became
okay.
aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
We can go back for him. We know exactly where he is. The vision I saw, what do you think it was? So, this is a very BioWare thing as well. Or it feels that way, because I'm like, oh, we've got the Knights of the Old Republic star map. It's kind of acting like a Reaper beacon. Oh, sorry, not a Reaper one.
Constellation's been keeping me busy.
Right, sure.
A Prothean beacon, right, from Mass Effect. So, at any rate, the vision I saw, what do you think of that was?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Barrett saw something too?
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
So whatever I saw and heard, it wasn't coming from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations.
Fair enough.
I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Right. I was wondering about other types of exploration work besides the artifacts.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Okay, check out the Constellation mission board. Those sound like procedurally generated quests, so it doesn't really sound that interesting. I want to deal with the actual quests. I don't care about the Radiant quest system that they had. I just want to deal with actual crafted quests. You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
And Sarah said something... Oh wait, let me know how I can help you learn more.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right?
Yep.
Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Organic stuff, got it. Oh wait, how would organic resources help with learning about the artifacts?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I've got some organic resources for you.
Anything I
I feel like that can be that could be said in the wrong way. I apparently don't have anything for her right now. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So
Okay,
you've
let's go on a
seen the
tour.
library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there. if you need a moment of
Have you
quiet contemplation.
talked to Vladimir
Emphasis
recently?
on the
face
quiet
to
part.
face? I mean,
At least usually.
oh, I just
Let's head upstairs.
don't know how he does it.
Sebastian
Up
Banks,
there all alone
Constellation's
for so
founder,
long.
had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
Yeah, show me around. Tell me who these people are, because I have no idea. Tell me about the history of this thing as well. Give me all the juicy lore. I assume these are people's individual rooms? Maybe, maybe not. Nope. Wow. It's a lot more expansive than I was thinking there. This is someone's room. Crafting table.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself. Within reason, of course.
Of course.
Now let's see about that room. You're in luck.
In.
We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
Are you gonna tell me that I'm gonna get the very nice room at the very end? How convenient. No one else wanted to move into that room while there was a vacancy? Really? Alright, it's not this room. Fair enough. Oh. Janitor's closet. I can see why no one wanted to move in there.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Thank you. Nice common room. Well, this looks more like a board meeting room, or anything, like a meeting room than anything else. What is this? Someone's room. Inaccessible. Unfortunate. All of it is inaccessible, but that makes sense. I'm literally just breaking into someone's room. Nice. So let's check out my room. It's quite fancy, all things considered. Look at all this free furniture. Moby Dick. That is a very famous book. Nicholas Nickleby. I'm not going to pick them up right now. Maybe another time. Ooh, more storage. Okay. Actually, let's take a look at the gun that I was just given by my dad. Sir Livingstone's pistol. What ammo does this use? 0.45. 3 kV, 1.5 kV. It just uses another type of ammo that I don't have. This is a pretty basic gun, is it not? It is. I'll have to keep in mind that it's there, but I don't know how often I'll actually be using it. How does it look? It's just a standard, bog standard pistol. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Chrono Mark watch case. Oh, that's a collector's edition item then. Everything's so shiny in here. Okay. There really isn't too much going on in my room. It just is a room, so fair enough, I guess. Let's check out all these other doors. Probably other people's rooms, yeah. Ah, whose room is this? Sir Livingstone's second journal. I heard tell from some of the old-timers that although Earth suffered its sad fate, that her faithful companion Luna fared much better. Apparently, you can still find the remnants of one of the old Apollo missions. Something of a secret rite of passage for chairs of the Constellation, if Banks was to be believed. During one of those rare interludes of calm, while doing other research on Earth, I figured I could spare the time, and I was, as they say, in the neighborhood. It took some serious scanning and a couple of false leads, but I found it. To walk in the same place as those earliest of interstellar explorers. Unbelievable that they achieved what they achieved with such primitive technology. I found the whole experience moving, inspiring. I will advise my successor to do the same. We'll make a proper tradition of it yet. This is an excerpt from Sir Malcolm Livingstone's second journal. Cool. Visit the Apollo landmark on Luna. Cool. I will do that. Oh, this is just another door. Storage room. Oh, this is some... okay. So this is unused furniture, and then it's right next to this guy, the workout person's room. Oh, that's cool. I like this toy spaceship. Very cute. I'll take that. It's not considered stealing. Old Earth baseball. It's worth a lot, but probably shouldn't steal from it. Heh, Xeno Snuggle. Okay. What about this door? Ooh, this is the tech guy's room. Look, you don't need all this stuff. It's fine. You put it there, and it's not marked as stealing. I have to assume you're okay with me taking it. Pharmaceutical lab. Nothing I want to make. Oh. Alright. For a moment I thought I missed someone actually just sitting in the room. Alright, so this is just, what, a common bathroom? Literally just a toilet. I don't know what all these towels are for then, if there's no shower in here. Actually, yeah, it occurs to me that there's no actual shower. Like, or bathing tub or anything. Report the Clark Lewis. I breached the hull at approximately 1348 Sol time. As expected, all internal systems were offline. Emergency power had ceased to function years earlier, so I was navigating the ship in 0G. Again, I expected that. Almost immediately, I started seeing the bodies. They were everywhere. The crew, the settlers, all of them, drifting throughout the ship. What surprised me were the obvious variations in the causes of death. Those not in suits were frozen and fairly well preserved, and I imagined some of them actually asphyxiated. Others were emaciated, as if they had been starved prior to death and freezing. Others had substantial wounding, gunshots, stab wounds. I even found an arm floating among the debris, but not the owner of said arm. It was when I got to the engine room that things really started to make sense. Due to my approach, I hadn't noticed it from the outside, but half the compartment was actually gone, completely destroyed. The helium-3 tanks had ruptured, somehow. Sabotage? Faulty equipment? It wasn't clear. But the reactor was gone, blown into space. No helium-3 meant no jumping, and no reactor meant no engines and no thrusters. That meant that the Clark Lewis was dead in space. Forever. A few personal logs I discovered only confirmed what I had then assumed. Life on the Clark Lewis devolved over the course of the next few years. Some people starved to death, others resorted to violence and even murder. There was even some compelling, although unsubstantiated, evidence indicating cannibalism. For the settled systems at large, the disappearance of the Clark Lewis is a topic of urban legend, like Bigfoot, or the Roanoke colony. I don't know what that is, and if it's in the game, I'm sure. If it's from Starfield, I'm sure I'm going to run into that. Part of the myth held that the ship had made it to some Eden-like planet where the settlers had established a kind of utopia. It's a hell of a thing knowing something an entire galaxy does not. Holding on to a truth so terrible, you're not even sure it should see the light of day. This is Chloe Bao's extensive 2282 report on the destruction of the Clark Lewis colony ship, which was reported lost in the year 2257, was the subject of much contention within Constellation. At a time when space exploration was already on the decline, Sebastian Banks feared that the horrifying story of the Clark Lewis and its crew would prevent people from venturing out into the dangerous unknowns of space. Okay, so this is just sensitive information that was not released to the public. Got it. Nice sextant there. Okay. So I think that's pretty much everything. I should... Oh, this is the same room. Okay. So what is this? Another bedroom? I just didn't see the door. Fair enough.
I am at your service, Captain.
Yes, ma'am, of course. I honestly can't imagine being anywhere else.
I'm glad to hear it. You could have done just about anything, so it's important to me that you feel valued here.
It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you, and for Constellation, I'd have no idea that any of this was going on.
Nothing. I'll talk to you later. Hello, Walter Stroud.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
A bit rude, yes. You don't even know me.
Yes, you're right. My frustrations lie more with Barrett, not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. welcome aboard.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Sure. Craft or modify an item. What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards.
Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
No, I don't think so. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here.
Indeed.
Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
And what's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet.
Fair.
Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Agreed. This isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO. Really? It looks like a place a CEO would hang out.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Fair enough. I think that's enough. Bye. This is a soil box. I will not be picking that up.
Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this.
Yeah, I was also not expecting to run into someone in Constellation wearing the shower cap that I don't like. Okay.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation.
Fair enough.
After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
So I'm going to assume the tech guy is you. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
You think this was a religious experience?
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not gonna rule it out just yet.
Mm. I know it's important. I can feel that.
It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We just need to figure out how and why. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Fair enough. I'm kind of curious to know who dug up the first artifact. No one's actually talking about that. Was it one of the founders, one of the early Constellation members, or what? These artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Okay, so they already had it to begin with. Someone found it and then stored it.
Curious feeling, knowing that you've seen something that no one else has. That you know something no one else does.
Indeed. Alright, I'm done talking to everyone else.
Lifetime's worth of books and videos to occupy me. So don't worry about me.
I'm not too concerned. Hi, Sarah.
So much to do in New Atlantis.
Let me step away from my parents. Hi, Sarah.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Let me ask some questions. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
How well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing. I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
True. And what is Constellation? What exactly do you do? I mean, I know you used to be explorers, but that era of colonization is over, is it not?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Fair enough. I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know
that's a good point.
For strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually. But a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so once they've been pulled out and the person who had the vision has sold, doesn't understand the significance of it and has pawned it or sold it, it gets passed around like just a regular piece of metal by anyone, really. So we could have potentially hundreds of these pieces out there somewhere. Okay, other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery.
Correct.
But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
The UC Vanguard?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Fair enough. And legwork never pays off quite the way you expect.
You've done this before, eh? Wise words. We watch each other's backs. We'll be fine. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Sarah will be locked as your follower if you continue. What do I get out of this anyway? Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free?
That's right.
We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit.
What's wrong with what I'm wearing now?
Explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Fair enough. Got it. You and me until we get that artifact. I mean, it says locked as my companion, but I can have Marika still, right?
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in
Oh,
with the
that's where I was
Vanguard
going anyway.
regional office
Perfect.
where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Wait, you don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk-takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once.
Okay.
If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
How open-minded of you. It does sound a little reckless, though. An organization should have rules, especially one with such renown as this one.
Those are the rules. Advance humanity's knowledge to the best of your ability. As long as you do that, I'm not here to judge you. Now, let's you and I get over to Mast.
Thanks for all the adventures. You know where to find me if you change your mind.
You're no longer following me, but you
Ever
are
since
going
I
to the
got
ship,
here,
right?
This has felt like home.
Do you
These
need
people are
something,
family.
Captain?
I hope it feels that way for you.
No, I'm good.
I'd be happy to catch up later.
Okay, I hope to see you on the ship then. I was hoping to drop
You
Vasco
are
for you, truth be told.
satisfied with the quarters available to
Okay,
you.
let's talk, Sarah. Now that you're my follower, I would like some more
We need
information.
to talk to John Tuala in Mast.
Sure. How did you know there was an artifact on Vectera?
You can thank Barrett for that, if he's still around to thank when this is all said and done. Honestly, he took this seriously before any of us. It was at his urging that we started doing deep space scans. I will admit, it was something of a shock to see Barrett taking anything seriously.
Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions?
Not at all.
Excellent. Straight into religious beliefs, huh? Okay. What do you consider your areas of expertise?
You mean, apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years?
Yes.
Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So, don't worry. I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital.
And is there anything that you would like to do for fun besides exploring?
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly.
That's okay. It's kind of cool that you were part of a rock band. You are dressed, you know, in a similar way. I can believe it. Do you have any religious beliefs? Going right into the really personal question here.
My parents considered themselves to be enlightened.
I don't know what that means.
But their lives were so busy, they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything. It's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center. Having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes, I need answers, not religious theory.
Fair
I'm
enough.
Sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together, I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs.
That's nice of you. That's all for now.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's gonna be all for the time being, because there's nothing else I can talk to you about. Let's trade some
see
gear.
what you've got.
Let's see what you've got, really. You've got some cartridges. I cannot change out your weapon, I don't think. She carries 135 as a maximum. You can have my frag mines, because I'm not big on using frag mines. I'll keep the grenades on myself, though. I hope that doesn't turn out to be a mistake. As long as you don't blow us up later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I am at your service, Captain. Captain, now that you are a member
Oh.
of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
How long have you been a part of Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
So almost since the start of Constellation. Okay. Do you miss Barrett?
My primary
Well, he's a
function has
robot.
been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
And, protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every
True.
mission on which we have embarked.
True.
It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful. I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
And, outpost development, what do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
I'm not big on, settlement building, so we'll see how it goes. How do I know if a planet has the resources I need?
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training. And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
And what kind of structures should I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Okay. So I should I should get the scan booster for sure, because that's going to be something I'll actually use out in the field. Alright, sounds useful. I'll try it next time I touch down on a planet. No guarantees.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
That's convenient. Alright. I could use you on my crew, Vasco.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Okay, so I need to assign my crew. Yes to the ship. So these two are on the ship, and she's coming with me. Is that how it works? I assume that's how it works. I hope that's how it works. I don't really fully understand how this goes. And then we've got outposts, sort of. Okay, so 2 on the ship, and then 1 person as a follower. Okay. Let's go then. I'm glad I was able to have everyone come with me. Also, what's down here? Ooh, got a lab down here? Yes, okay. This is where they store all their equipment, basically. I mean, I can just cook food, apparently. Bread and cheese. Grilled cheese sandwich? Tell you what, let me just grab all this food. All these raw materials, and then I will consider making something out of it. I do need to do it for an assignment anyway. I just don't know where to get more membranes. Never mind, I guess I don't know how to... I don't know how to cook much, apparently. Mission board, okay. Random tools I may or may not need. Industrial workbench, what can I get out of this? Ah, just random parts. Wonderful. I don't care for it right now. Spacesuit workbench. I care more about this type of thing, yes. Constellation pack. I don't... That's not what I have equipped right now, is it? The Constellation pack has more defense, but doesn't have nearly as many nice bonuses, so... If there's a way to upgrade my current pack, I would like to do that. So, fasten space trucker hat. Pack. Extra capacity. Ooh. But I don't have polymers. And I need to have pack mods in order to do it. Okay. Oxygen reserves. Not bad. Plus 10% oxygen capacity. This is fascinating. Okay. What can I make out of all this? I need various skills and perks in order to do it. Okay. I'll have to keep that stuff in mind. Sure. A Grendel. I don't care for that, but I'll take the ammo. Thank you. Ooh, look at all this. I'll take all the Ultra Mags or whatever. Weapons work, but hey, get out of my way, please. I need it. Alright, what can I get out of this? Anti-personnel. Long barrel. That only increases accuracy and range, but I don't care for it. Magazine and battery. Receiver. Default skin. Ooh, okay, I see. I can just do high-powered and just make it do more damage. But that requires a lot of talents. Okay. What about this? Compensator. Doesn't seem to do that much, does it? It just makes it heavier and barely any difference to accuracy. Seems kind of meh. Alright. I'm not going to mess around with this too much. Where's your research station? Shouldn't there be one in here? I assume. Alright, what mission boards, what missions do we have here? Locate boiled seas in Alpha Andraste. Locate psychotropic biota in Altair. Sentient microbial colonies in Ptolemy. Sonorous lithosphere in Eta Cassiopeia. And survey Ptolemy 2b in Ptolemy. I'm just going to take this one. A mission to locate a planet trait is the most challenging survey mission. You will need to search an entire solar system for a planet that has a target trait. Locate planets in the target system that have traits. This is indicated at the bottom of a planet's info card on the star map. Unsurveyed planets will have unknown traits. We are looking for an experienced explorer to locate a planet with psychotropic biota in the Altair system. This may require surveying multiple planets within the system. I'm just going to have it. How many can you have at a time? I can just register all of these, right? Yeah. This is more of a I will consider doing this type of deal, not a I'm going to go out of my way to do this type of deal, right? Like if I happen to be in the area and I do it by accident, great. If not, this is just going to sit in my mission log forever, just as a heads up. Planet survey progress is shown on the planet's info card on the star map, and also in the scanner when on the planet's surface. For planets without life, scanning a planet from orbit may be enough to complete the survey, but most planets require you to land and explore more thoroughly. Sure. But I've already seen what what landing on a planet entails, and it's not the most invigorating. Who lives down here? Forever human. Okay. 2 dates for Darla. It looks like a kid lives here. Maybe we're gonna find a kid along the way? I assume. I don't think I've seen any children so far. Look, there's no one actually living down here right now, so I'm just gonna grab it and go. Okay. What is this place down here? Just storage or what? I assume this is where they stored I assume this is where they stored the old artifact before they realized the significance of it. I do not have master difficulty. Now, can I actually unlock some more though? Yes, I can. Expert locks, please. Thank you. I have no more skill points, but that's okay. I'm hoping that was worth it. What else down here? Hello. Oh, the well. Well, I have been meaning to go to the well. Apparently there's just an opening down here to the well. Surprising. And there's a computer here that I just didn't realize existed. Oh, it's a research lab. Okay. Helmet mods. Can I finally upgrade this or no? Nope. Still don't have polymer. And I can't do any of that. I don't really care for this. Can I make polymer, please? The polytextile, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I could make a pressure tank. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Absolutely none. Oops. Well, time to go upstairs. Don't want the fact that I trashed this place.
Citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy.
I do.
Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC's made of. Supra et Ultra.
Alright, do you have any actual dialogue or what?
If you're looking to earn yourself a place in the UC, Commander Tuala can get you squared away.
Unless you're my new commander, it's going to have to
better
wait.
be quick with my ship.
Well, the good news is that's actually who I'm looking for now, so... Let's see. You're still coming along? Alright.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside. Only those on official United Colonies business can access the building.
What is it that you do here?
I'm one of Mast's resource officers. It's my job to ensure those here on official business get where they're going promptly, and that any rule breaking is dealt with swiftly.
What is this place?
This is Mast, the beating heart of the United Colonies. Every decision made in the civilized galaxy takes place inside these walls.
And I'm looking for work. Know of anyone who needs a hand?
The Vanguard should be able to provide you with work going forward.
Alright. Oops.
Stay safe.
Sounds good. Hello.
Sarah.
Commander
good to
Tuala.
see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork.
Wait, hopefully. I thought I already was a member.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
What's the Vanguard?
United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in?
Yeah, why not? I'd love to join the Vanguard. Sign me up.
Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need her back after you wrap her in that fancy get-up of yours.
No worries, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first. Head down to the orientation hall and get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted.
Okay, I have some
What can I do
questions.
for you, applicant?
Why does the UC need foreign pilots to fly for them?
Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school. So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us.
This building is called MAST, right? What kind of name is that?
MAST is short for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. From here, the three co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive. Understandable, most people would prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in combat.
Fair enough.
Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable.
And I'm curious, how long have you been with the Vanguard, Commander?
Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it.
Fair enough. I also wanted to know something specific about the process for joining the Vanguard.
Sure thing. What do you want to know?
I'm not going to get hurt during this, am I?
The exam's just a simulation. Only way you'll be hurt there is if you trip on your way inside. Now, for the probationary mission, we select those specifically to ease you into the type of work you'll be doing here. Make sure you're capable of handling things on your own. But I can't promise it'll be risk-free. The UC sends us on jobs because there could be combat. This mission would be no different. Now, if that's a deal-breaker, I won't be offended if you walk away. But this is the military. The chance of conflict is kind of in the job description.
And can you tell me about the exam and this probationary mission?
For the exam, we'll be putting you through a combat flight simulation. Let us see your piloting skills, evaluate how you behave under pressure, all without any risk of you inadvertently getting blown out an airlock. For the probationary mission, though, we'll be sending you out on the job all on your own. The specifics of the mission vary by what's available at the time. But we're not about to ask you to storm a Crimson Fleet base or whatever. At least, not on Mission 1.
Right.
More likely,
I've already done that, so don't worry about it. And it was Mission 1.
Area that's outside normal naval patrols. There'll be a risk of hostile contacts, but that's far from guaranteed.
And what kind of work should I be doing for you guys?
Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell, we've even been asked to help take on the occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for the ones where there's a chance of seeing action. Wherever the UC needs us, the Vanguard is there.
Where do I go to register again?
Just hop into the elevator. You want the button for Vanguard Orientation Hall. Register yourself at the terminals in the lobby, and the exam system will get you to where you need to go.
I'm all set then. Thank you for your time.
I'll keep an eye out for your results.
Sounds good. In that case, I'm just gonna go and do that. Let's take a look here. Wow. There's quite a lot here, actually. This is where we are now. Nat Station, Vanguard Orientation Hall, Central Command, Defense Research, and Cabinet Chambers. I do want to explore all of these at some point. I don't know if I have access, though. Apparently I do. Fascinating. Alright, let's actually come here after the fact. What's at the Nat Station? Oh, we're just here. Never mind, I don't need to worry too much about that. In that case, let's go to the Orientation Hall. Nice. Hello.
I really hope all this historical junk isn't going to be on the test.
My family never had any love for the UC after the Colony War. Would probably disown me if they knew I was signing up.
Probably. Vanguard registration. Applicant name, Karst, current bounty is 0. To register for your examination, please select enlistment agreement. Note, any outstanding UC bounty must be paid before proceeding. Okay. By joining the United Colonies Vanguard, you agree to perform necessary services for the United Colonies that could place you in serious danger, resulting in harm to your craft or yourself, up to and including death. I, Karst, agree. Consent documented. You may proceed to the examination chamber through the orientation hall. Okay. Welcome, Karst. Please proceed through the orientation hall to the examination chamber.
You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
I would love to go through the historical displays. I was actually expecting these to be in the archives, but it turns out they're actually here. So now this is going to give me all the history and the lore, I think. And I'm all for it. Alright, the end of Earth. What are all those floating circles for? And this is basically looking like WALL-E, right? Like with the junkyard of satellites and stuff.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
I have the feeling that not everybody made it off planet. I'm fairly certain people would have been left behind.
You here to enlist? Don't worry, none of this junk is on the exam.
Okay, that's fine, but I'd like it to be on the exam. What is this? House of Arun, the Freestar Collective, alright. Let me learn about the new faction.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Freestar Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
Well, it's hard to judge something after the fact, right? I'm sure at the time they thought they were doing the best that they could, or they were making the best decision. And it's not like they could have predicted the future either, right? So, alright, House Varun.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
So they had their own full-blown confrontation at some point then. Alright. Freestar Collective?
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Alright. So, in that case... Oh. Hey, Sarah. Can I read about the Narion War, please? So I guess the UC lost in a following war. I think it was called the Colony War or something like that. So let's read about this. The history of the Narion War. Beginning in 2196, the Narion War, humanity's first large-scale conflict among the stars, is remembered as a defining moment for the settled systems. As the first major conflict to make extensive use of grav-jump-enabled ships, the Narion War was less defined by key space battles and more by an extended cat-and-mouse interplay between the two powers, as the well-armed and professional UC Navy tried again and again to pin down the piecemeal but savvy Freestar fleet. Unable to strike the killing blow, the UC resorted to ever more severe tactics to try and drive the collective to capitulate, but without success. In fact, after many long years of the war with little to show for it, even the populace of the UC itself began to turn against the cause, with protests roiling even New Atlantis. The citizenry demanding the war finally come to a humane close. So, when at long last the final blow was struck, with the UC Navy finally cornering and obliterating the Freestar fleet in 2216, it was a hollow victory. It was from the resulting negotiations, the Treaty of Narion, that the settled systems as we know them today emerged, both literally and figuratively. Despite winning the war, the UC found themselves in an unenviable position, painted as a brutal aggressor even in their home systems. So, in the spirit of unity and lasting peace, the UC agreed to the demands of the Freestar Collective and the Narion settlers whose collusion triggered the conflict in the first place, and handed over Narion to the Collective as they had requested at the start of hostilities, including the Clinic Medical Star Station. This created the Freestar Collective as we know it to this day. In return, the UC demanded two concessions. The first was payment for damages done in the form of mineral rights on multiple worlds across the galaxy. And the second, more significant demand was that no great faction may ever colonize more than 3 systems. The UC would have Alpha Centauri, Sol, and Wolf, and the Freestar Collective would have Cheyenne, Voli, and Narion. The Freestar Collective agreed to these terms, creating and codifying into law the settled systems as we know them today. The Treaty of Narion has since become the foundation of all contemporary political relations, and its only official violation, the cause of the galaxy's greatest conflict, the Colony War. To learn more about the Colony War, please proceed to the Conflict Among the Stars mural. Will do. Oh, and the Serpent's Crusade. Let's learn about that too.
In 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Alright. So they've disappeared into the outer regions, but I'm sure they're going to show up because I know they're enemies in this game. Conflict Among the Stars.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures. The infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Free Star Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Free Star Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
The Colony War was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Okay. And the Battle of Nira?
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the Colony War. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Free Star planet of Nira. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Well, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. So they did it like a planetary bombardment. Wonderful. Well, this looks intimidating. I'm sure I'm gonna have to fight this eventually, sooner or later. Hello?
This thing's like an artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
This is a terror.
Dad wanted me to apply for the administration track at school, but I'm going to be a xenobiologist. It's science division or nothing.
Fair enough. This is a terramorph, I believe. Yeah, so these are actually quite intimidating. I fought them.
You know it was some UC general that condemned Londinium? Gave it over to these things. One of these murals said he was executed after the war. Might have gotten off too lightly.
No one knows how they move between planets. I wonder if they can grav jump or something.
Well, I don't know about that, but as I was saying before you interrupted me, I've fought these, in quotations, in some of the lost footage, and they're all level 10. They're very intimidating and can attack you with, like, sonic waves. I assume this is basically Starfield's version of Deathclaws, more or less.
This is just a phase.
Alright, so let's look at the Terror of Londinium.
In the midst of the Colony War, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinium. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinium found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinium is mourned by the UC to this day.
I like how they turned that on at the last second.
Dwarfs can control people's minds. But that can't be true.
I bring her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Every day, huh? Yeah, so I just realized this is basically like the Pit, right? Like its own little isolated society with mutants and stuff. And probably sick and dying people. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to the Armistice.
After the devastation wrought by the Colony War, the UC and the Free Star Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency.
I've actually been down there already. I couldn't access it, but I've seen this.
Active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
So yeah, I guess this is probably justified because, I mean, we already saw, like, the planetary bombardment and everything. I'm sure plenty of war crimes are committed by these people, so it is what it is. Okay. So, by order of Armistice Article 1361A, there shall be established a central archive guarded by 3 parties, the Freestar Collective, House of Varun, and the United Colonies, for the collection and protection of all knowledge, research, and documentation depicting, describing, or in any way related to the technologies and mechanisms banned by this armistice. It shall be governed by the following laws. Access to all information in this archive will be mutually managed by all 3 parties. Well, the House of Varun is MIA, aren't they? Access is only permitted by unanimous agreement of authorized factional representatives. 2. The facility will be under the direct control of no sovereign faction, with no single party permitted to overrule the others. All decisions regarding matters pertaining to the archives must be unanimous. 3. Any attempt at unauthorized access will be considered an act of aggression against all parties. Each party commits to defend the others against any such attempts. And some interesting outfits. I kind of want the coat. I was going to say, it reminds me of the NCR Ranger, and it's literally a Ranger coat. Okay, sure, I'm down for it. What is this?
Something to report?
No, not particularly. The Vanguard is born. This place is quite expansive. Okay, let's find out about the history of the Vanguard.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member.
Fair enough.
Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Very nice statuette, but there's no plaque here to read. The United Colonies citizen.
No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
How nice. And now I can move on to the pilot simulator. Alright. Oh. Whoops. So all that, and finally we're here for the exam. But that was interesting. It's nice to actually know a little bit about the history that led up to this point, so now we know a little bit more about the factions as well.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
I will. I'm sure I'll do great, with no problems whatsoever. This is stealing. I'm sure this is all considered stealing, but you don't care, right? I'm just looking at the ammo, frankly. I probably shouldn't, though. I feel like I'd get arrested or something. Ooh. Vanguard Space Tactics 1. Ship missiles permanently deal 5% more damage. Nice. Good to know. You can do it. Have a nice day. Alright. Who are you?
I've got it. This time, I've got it. I just need...
A little break. You're my tester? Yep. Probably the same stuff in these. Yeah, pretty much the same. Nothing else of note, which is fine. Minor survey pack. Alright, sure. The double pack. Alright. Anything else over here? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, exam proctor. Test me! Do it! Do it now!
Ah, you must be our new applicant. I'm Proctor Samuelson. The simulator's already been prepped. You can head in whenever you're ready.
Sounds good. What kind of ship am I going to be flying in this simulation?
The simulator is designed to be a near-perfect replica of a Class B Deimos hoplite, the United Colonies' standard destroyer model. It's been tuned to provide a challenging but fair fight against the enemy squadrons you'll encounter inside.
Okay, fair enough. Piloting isn't my area of expertise. How about you just mark me down as a pass and I head out?
Vanguard assignments can often include both space and ground combat. It'd be bad for both you and the United Colonies to not ensure you're adept in both capacities before sending you out on your first real assignment.
Fair enough. Got any advice on how to do well in there?
While I can't answer that question directly, I will say this. Due to the solitary nature of our work, resourcefulness is a critical tool in any Vanguard pilot's repertoire. You're permitted, even encouraged, to use whatever tool you're able to find in there.
Okay, what can you tell me about this exam?
Of course. You'll be running through a high-realism combat flight simulation, engineered by members of the UC Science staff, right here in Mast. Your task is to defeat at least 3 tiers of simulated opponents. Accomplish that, and you pass the exam, and can then proceed on to your probationary mission. However, if you defeat more than 3 tiers of enemies, your required enlistment time for citizenship will be reduced, and your enlistment bonus increased.
Ooh.
But you're welcome to try as many times as you like before returning to Commander Tuala, to proceed on to the next step in your application process. We'll only keep the highest score you manage to achieve in there.
Alright. I may have to try this multiple times, but let's do it. Here we go.
Should I warm up the engine?
What? You tell me. You can if you want.
Simulation chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
I'm ready.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Thank you. I'm pretty confident with that. Okay, so where are my enemies?
Targets active.
Thank you. Nice. Shields are doing well. Keep it up.
Target defeated.
Next.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
Please give me more. I have a pretty good idea about how to do this now, because I can spam both my ballistics and my lasers, and I've not been doing both. And this will break their shields much faster, and their hulls, because I'm actually hitting them with everything I've got.
Taking fire. Warning.
Are we?
Warning. Incoming fire.
Okay. It's not spammable, so I should probably dodge. Die, please. Thank you. Ooh, and I got a level up out of this, too. I like that it counts for real experience. Okay, my shields are gone. Should probably be a little bit more careful, then. Okay.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3.
Oh, nice. It also heals your ship. Okay, that's good. I thought I was gonna have to do, like, a gauntlet or something. Next.
Targets active.
Okay. What type of ship is that? I'm in trouble.
You must be able to do better than that.
Yeah, I can imagine. Probably should. I don't know if I should be flying directly at you, truth be told.
Halting simulation. You've been defeated, applicant.
Well, that
you may
sucks.
initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit, or step outside and take a break.
I just hit repair. Does that actually use up a real part? I hope not. How do I reset? You said to reset my current tier, right? I'll do that. It's good that you don't have to redo everything from scratch. At least there's that going for us. Where is it? Here it is. Restart the current tier. Thank you.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
Uh-huh.
New targets active.
Here we go. Maybe I should go for the level 2, the tier 2. Yeah, I should go for the small fry first. Actually, they're both tier 3s. Huh. Please die.
Halting simulation. You've been defeated, applicant. You may initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit.
You're gonna make me relive this animation every time, aren't you?
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
Alright. I'm ready.
New targets active.
Okay, so far so good. That's fine.
Extermination protocols active.
Okay. Shields are offline. Don't like that.
Target defeated.
Good. Let's move on to the next one then. Nope. Come on. We're dogfighting. There you are. Get him. I'm in. They're behind.
Propulsion systems down.
Move. Well, they have no propulsion anymore, so I think we're good.
Defeated.
Very good.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded.
Next.
Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
I'll try, but I probably won't do very well.
Resuming the examination.
Good.
New targets active.
Tier 4 ship, okay. Already in danger. Shield's already gone. Are you some sort of, like, super ship? Don't let him turn around. Just stay behind him.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant.
Oh.
You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from
Level
the simulation's
44
control
ship.
terminal. If you wish to take a break, you may exit the simulation through the ship's hatch.
But I get more credits for winning. I'll try one more time.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
Okay. Let's circle around the guy so he doesn't get me immediately then. No, we're still shooting each other. But if I'm behind him, he can't get me, yes? In theory. I mean, that's generally how this stuff should work. Oh, he's trying. He's trying his best. Uh-oh. I should get behind him.
You want to defeat us?
Watch me. You're pretty much done already.
Defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier
Alright.
4 reached. Initiating Tier 5.
How many tiers are there to this thing?
New targets active.
That's a lot of them. I might just stop here. There's a lot of them. Yep, I'm in danger.
Target elimination imminent.
Are you shooting me from behind? What is this? What type of ship are you that can do that? Because I want it. Whatever it is.
Halting simulation.
Alright.
You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results.
Good enough for
Restart
me.
the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Yeah, I don't care that much. Let's move on. Exit the simulator. Alright.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed.
Thank you.
You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. Good showing in there, applicant.
Thank you.
Your results should be finalized by the time you get back to Commander Tuwala.
Goodbye.
Let's go. Back to Tuwala. Hey, bud.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
I wrapped up my piloting exam and they told me to come back here.
Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
Sure, hit me. I'm ready.
Then let's get to them. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Tier 4, not too shabby. The techs make us test each level of the sim too. I can tell you that wave are some real artificial bastards. Good job putting them away.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
So
I mean,
then, looking at your
you are
results
coming
as a
along with me
whole,
on my ship, are you
presume you're
not?
successful in completing your probationary mission. You could have your UC citizenship after only 10 years service.
10
Pretty standard
years.
for combat
Yikes.
assignments. But your performance in the simulator does mean I can offer a signing bonus. Help convince you to join the cause.
10 years might seem like a long time, but it's worth the climb if you wish to become a citizen.
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed?
Sure, I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
It's nice that there are interjections by the companion. I assume I could have done this without her being present as well. So now I kind of wish I had her the entire time I was dealing with all the other quests, but it's fine. This is why I held off on turning in those quests until now. It's also hilarious that it's dark as hell now. Oh, I see. He's going to take me out and do the same thing I saw the other person do earlier. Okay. That's fine. Come on. Alright.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
All of my actions? That does seem like a bit much.
Just say I do, Chuckles.
Alright, fine. I do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard.
Thank you.
Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come. So Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
You think I should expect trouble? Probably.
No major settlements on Tau Ceti. No real active industry either. Doesn't make for a big target. It's got the potential to be a pretty quiet trip. But there's a reason they wrote, "Here be dragons" on the map edge. So if it were me, I'd hope for the best and arm for the worst. And if for some reason you do run into trouble, don't forget, it's your job to protect those who need it. So, you ready to head out?
Let's do this.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance.
Thank you.
Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Nice. Wonderful. Now let's just go back inside. No, I don't need to go back inside. Let me actually talk to you again, because I've got to talk to you about Constellation stuff.
Speak to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you where you need to go.
What can you tell me about Tau Ceti 2?
Not sure there's actually a lot to tell. It's only had people on it for 20-odd years. UC set up a food processing facility there during the Colony War. But when the war was over, it was too remote to justify the fuel costs. A report mentioned some settlers bought the facility from the Ag office for next to nothing a couple of years back. See, if they couldn't make the place efficient enough to be profitable, I wouldn't be shocked to find out one of their upgrades knocked out their comms. But the place is a hike, so it well could be pirates or spacers have finally realized there are actually people out there now, which is why they're sending us.
We had Constellation business to discuss.
Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it before you try to convince her to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
So who is this Moera?
Oh, he goes way back. I think he was recruit number 81 or something.
And, wait, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
And if he's on patrol, he could be putting our item at risk.
What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure
Well, she's not wrong. That's obvious.
Sol system is a lot of planets. But a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
A bar in a spaceport. Sounds like home. Also, did Moera say where he found this ornament of his?
You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
And anything you can tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Alright.
It's definitely a lifestyle, burning helium out there, seeing where the stars take you. Good luck out there, Vanguard.
I actually had some more questions for you, sir.
Be on your guard out there.
Never mind. Okay. I think I'm just going to call this episode right here then. Next time we're going to explore the other sections, such as the Central Command, Defense Research, and Cabinet Chambers. So I hope you're looking forward to it. And I hope that Sarah's looking forward to it as well. So, have a wonderful day, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.